Hello everyone. So children, today we will study about cell and this chapter is for class 9th. As you all know children about the cell, in previous classes you have studied about the cell. So cell is the fundamental structural and functional unit of living beings. You all know children that every part of our body, every organ of our body is like skin, brain, all are made of cells. Thousands of cells made these organs. In the same way, every part of the plant like leaf, flower, fruits, they are also made up of cells. And you know children that every cell has its own life. It is capable to do all its work. All the old and the weak cells, they die continually and are replaced by new cells. Cells are very microscopic that they cannot be seen by our naked eyes. So they can be seen only by the microscope. And children, the first microscope was developed by Anton van Leeuwenhoek. And his microscope consists of a single biconvex lens and is known as a simple microscope with the magnifying power of 200 times. Now, Robert Hooke, he developed a microscope using two lenses for achieving greater magnification. Then the electron microscope was invented, which has much more magnifying power than the compound microscope. So, Mathis Sheldon and Theodore Schwann in 1838, they developed a cell theory, and the cell theory states three major points. The cell is the smallest unit of structure of all living things. Secondly, the cell is the unit of function of all living things. And third, all the cells arises from the pre-existing cells. All the cells, whatever the new cells are made, they existed from the pre-existing cells. And organisms may be single-celled, or they may be few-celled, or they may be multi-celled. Single cell means the plants and animals, they have only one cell in their body which is capable to perform all the activities. For example, bacteria, yeast, amoeba. And some of the plants and animals, they have very few cells or a few thousand cells like Spirogyra and Volva. The plants and animals, they are multi-celled. That means their body is made up of millions of cells like human being and all the big plants like mango tree, banana, etc. The smallest cells are bacteria and the red blood cells in the human body. The longest cell in our body is the nerve cell, and the largest cells are the bird's egg, that is the ostrich egg, that is the largest cell. Even though the cells are very small, but they have greater efficiency to work, and that is for two reasons. That means so that the cells can communicate with each other very rapidly for the cells to function effectively. That means cells generally remain small in size, and this is for two main reasons. The first is that the cells are small so that they can easily communicate with each other and perform their functions. And secondly, the cells have a large surface area for greater diffusion of substances in and out. That is why the cells, they have greater efficiency. Now, children, we will study about the different shapes of cells. Human red blood cells, they are generally circular and biconcave, so that children, they can easily pass through the narrow capillaries and they can easily transport the oxygen. White blood cells, they are amoeboid in shape. That means they have pseudopodia so that they can squeeze out through the capillary walls. Nerve cells are long so that they can conduct the impulse from the different body parts to brain and from the brain to different body organs. The guard cells, which are present in the stomatas, they are bean shaped so that they can easily open and close the stomatal pore. Now we will study about the structure of a cell. A generalized cell consists of three essential parts. First, the cell membrane, second, nucleus, and third, the cytoplasm. In the cell, children, in the cytoplasm, there are some living parts which have a definite shape, structure, and they perform a definite function. And these living parts, they are called as the cell organelles. Cell membrane and cell wall. Cell membrane is present in animal cell, and cell wall, it is present only in the plant cell. Cell membrane has fine pores through which substances can easily leave or enter the cell. Cell membrane. It is also known as plasma membrane. A cell membrane has fine pores through which the substances may enter or cell membrane is selectively permeable. That means it allows only certain substances to pass through it while it prevents the other substances. Plant cells have a cell wall surrounding the cell membrane. It is non-living and it is made up of cellulose. The cell wall gives shape and rigidity to the cell. It is freely permeable. That means it allows all the substances to enter and leave the cell without any hindrance. Now, cotton, jute and coconut fibers are the cell walls of their dead cells. Cytoplasm, children. The another part of the cell is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a semi-liquid substance and it occupies most part of the cell within the cell membrane. Many chemical reactions take place inside the cytoplasm. Now, this cytoplasm has the organelles. Different organelles are present in the cytoplasm. So now we will study about the different types of organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. The first one is the endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum is a fine structure. It is an irregular network of double membrane and it is distributed all over or the entire cytoplasm in a cell. At its outer end, this endoplasmic reticulum is connected with the cell membrane and the inner part is connected with the nuclear membrane. This network appears rough because of the presence of ribosomes which are attached to it, and sometimes it appears smooth without the ribosomes. And its function is to provide a supportive framework for the cell, and it also synthesizes and transport proteins and fats. The next structure which is present inside the cell is the mitochondria. Mitochondria are spherical, rod-shaped or thread-like. They are double-walled and they are the sites of cell respiration and they release energy which is stored in ATP. That is adenosine triphosphate, and it is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Next organelle is Golgi Apparatus. They occur in the form of granules, filaments or rods, and their main function is the cell secretions. They are responsible for the secretions of the cell, including all the enzymes, hormones, etc. Lysosomes, they are also known as the intracellular digestive centers. Lysosomes contain many digestive enzymes, and their enzymes, they destroy and digest the foreign substances around them. Secondly, they digest the stored food during the starvation of the cell. Third, many damaged cells, they are rapidly destroyed or dissolved by their own lysosomes, and hence these lysosomes are also known as the suicide bags. Centrosomes and centrioles. Centrosomes are found only in the animal cell. A centrosome consists of two centrioles and they are present only in the animal cell. Now about the plastids. Plastids, they are found only in the plant cells and there are three types of plastids. First one is the leucoplast, which is colorless plastid. They have no pigment and their main function is to store starch as in the potato. Chromoplast, they are the colored plastids, yellow, orange and red. They are mostly present in petals of flower and in fruits, and pigments that are associated with them are xanthophyll, that is yellow color, and carotene, that is the orange red color. Some of the coloring pigments such as blue, violet and purple, they are not associated with the plastid. Instead, they remain dissolved in the cell sap and give that color to the plant structure, and such pigments are called as anthocyanins. The third pigment is the chloroplast. These are the green colored plastids and they give green color to the plants, and the pigment present in the green plants is chlorophyll. And the main function of the chlorophyll is to trap the solar energy and absorb carbon dioxide for the manufacture of starch and sugar during the process of photosynthesis. So children, these are all about the organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. About nucleus and the non-living substances or the cell inclusions, we will study about them in the next video. Thank you.